Demon keeps dreaming of a demon town. Motherfucker, bitch, fuck, shit went down. Fleming's got an itch, scratch it with a bitch. Demon keeps dreaming of a demon town. Ooh, Johnson, that's my name.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, introducing you to my Shadows of the Damned Satanic Hell difficulty video walkthrough. This is the level 4-6, and it is Justine for all. This is the level when we finally get to kill Justine, and you're going to be doing it in this awful side-scrolling shooter section, which I've already told you so far that I didn't really enjoy. This one is slightly different because on top of shooting the retarded enemies and shooting the goat's head with the light shot to get rid of the darkness, you're also going to have to weave your way through some clouds, which if you get stuck, you will get crushed as the screen scrolls. And if she touches you, Justine, when she's on the cloud, it is a one-hit kill. It is seriously dangerous, but it's not too bad. You've just got to be careful. And as per usual, I'm not going to talk too much about what you're seeing because this is boring as fuck, and I have no interest in saying, move forward, shoot the red bullets, pick up the alcohol, this is a fun gameplay, because that is just fucking bullshit and it's beneath me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to continue the conversation I was having on the previous video about the Triple Moab video that's come up with the 144 kill spawn trap. So in the last video I was basically saying that the gameplay on itself, if you've not seen it, the sound of it, the title of it and everything makes it look like it's going to be something really impressive and something that everybody should be, you know, favoriting and saying this is legendary, this guy is a boss. Then when you watch it, you realise that he's utilising an area on mission that needs to be fixed because there is just, it's unfair. And if you've not seen the video, what happens is there is two areas that lead out of this spawn point on mission. If you have a bunch of guys staring down one of the flanks and a bunch of guys staring down the other flank, there is no way for them to get out. That in itself I don't think is bad. That to me is a spawn trap, and that is something that a lot of teams try to do. That is an advanced technique for a full team to try and do against a bunch of bad players. The reason that I've got no problems with this is you can get out of that spawn trap if you're aggressive enough, if you're a good enough player, if you've just got, you know, the sheer willpower to risk a few deaths to get out. You can break the spawn trap, you can kill the enemy team, and you can go and cap a flag, you can go and change the tide of battle. And it feels rewarding that you got out of that situation of complete and utter bullshit and you managed to overcome. And that to me is what Call of Duty should be about. It shouldn't be about high KDs, it shouldn't be about, you know, fucking 75 and 1s. It should be about helping the team win and getting to that point where you overcome bullshit to come out on top. So the traditional spawn trap and the conventional spawn traps I don't have that much of a problem with, and I don't generally play with a team decent enough or big enough to pull off a good one, so I've never really had too much experience spawn trapping aside from on Domination on Call of Duty 4 and Demolition on Black Ops. On Modern Warfare 3 I don't think I've ever even been a part of it or been trapped. I haven't experienced it, and if I did I would probably quit. I'm not going to stay in that shit pit, there's just no fucking need. Where this breaches a line for me personally is the guy in the video has found a spot where if you stand on top of a bin, you can clip the top of the wall and look directly into the spawn point. So instead of having, you know, an avenue to guard where they can run out and shoot you, he's looking directly into this one area and he's seeing people spawn. So you are literally dying before you have chance to move because this guy is looking at you and he's already firing. That is kind of weak. That's where it loses everything. That's where the credibility goes out of the window, and this guy immediately turns into a douchebag. It's like when you figure that out and you see that you can do that, why would you ever want to do that more than once? I don't get it, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy beating up on bad players, I do enjoy getting really, really big games, but I don't enjoy sitting on one piece of cover shooting people as they pop up when they can't move for 10 minutes. That to me is the most boring prospect ever, and I don't care if it's going to give me a 10 KD, I'd rather have a 1 KD than do that. So to me, I don't understand it, and I think that video is probably one of the biggest examples of a much needed fix, because that should not be allowed to happen the way it does. He should not. I mean, you shouldn't be able to look over that wall. If you just raise the wall a little bit, it would probably fix it. Or if you give them an ulterior spawn point, that would probably fix it. But as it stands, that video is atrocious. It is a terrifying prospect, and the only people that deserve credit are the people that stayed in that match, who were getting spawn shit on like that, because how do you do that? How do you put up with that? The way that happened? It is beyond me. If I die more than like 3 times in a row, I'm practically at the point where I want to leave the game, because I'm probably going to have a really bad game if I'm dying that frequently, unless it's competitive, and then I'll stop caring about my deaths. Dying before I've even turned up, dying before I've even had a chance to move forward, dying with some guy directly looking at where I spawn, I would have been quitting that game immediately. But these guys, for whatever reason, they stuck it out. There's a bunch of them that stuck in there, and a few of them were low level, so they probably don't know any better, but still, it's like, why would you do that? Why would you intentionally, like, take it? I don't get it at all. That's like critiquing a rapist. You wouldn't be like, well, this is what you could have done better, and I thought, you know, if you'd kissed me afterwards and given me a quick hug, it'd have been a lot less personal. So it's like, well, it's just weird, and it's going to get a hell of a lot of hate, that video, I can already understand, because people don't want to see that, and that's the main crime in this. What I should have really said about the gameplay as well here is, you have to shoot those 3 nodules on her mask at the start. Then when it starts glowing yellow, it means you have to hit it with a light shot. As soon as you've drained all the water from it with the light shot, you can then shoot her in the face, and that's pretty much the boss fight. It takes a while though, because this is the hardest difficulty, and the life is ridiculous. But the biggest offense that the video does is it's boring, and that's the one thing on YouTube these days that some people don't seem to realise. You can have the best gameplay in the world. You could go 201 running around with a pistol, you know, playing with your feet, with your girlfriend sitting on your face, and been doing nothing but rush 24/7, and it could be the most boring thing ever because you're a bad commentator. Or contrary to this, you could go, you know, 101, you could have tons of kill streaks, but you could just sit, camp the entire game, not move whatsoever, have a fantastic score, but because you camped, it wasn't enjoyable to watch. And that is a balance these days. It doesn't matter how good the gameplay is for a lot of it, it's how good the commentary is, it's how good the overall package is. And a lot of people don't realise this, and they wonder why they're not getting subscribers, they wonder why they're not getting, you know, the attention that they deserve, because they've got a really good 50-2 gameplay. And it's like, dude, you sat behind a fucking piece of cardboard, shooting an ACR, aiming down sights the entire game. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see a guy look over a wall and spawn trap a bunch of people and get 3 Moabs. Getting 3 Moabs that way is... It's just strange. And I honestly believe now we're at the stage where you could probably put up a picture of you shitting for 20 minutes, but as long as you had something interesting to say, and you had, you know, a charismatic way of putting it across, you were funny, you had, you know, a different insight, you could still probably get a hell of a lot more attention and a hell of a lot more praise than somebody who sits behind, you know, one of the concrete walls on hard hats with an ACR silenced, an assassin, and gets a Moab because he didn't move the entire game. It's like, we've transcended this bullshit. You don't have to be Sandy Ravage. You don't. You just have to bring something different, fresh and unique. And a lot of people, you know, are caught up in the rat race of wanting to get quick success, and they don't realise that. But tell me what your guys think anyhow, and tell me what you think about that video, because that video is a fucking hate crime, if you ask me. But thanks for watching, guys, and you take care now.